Welcome to today's series where I'm going to be focusing on moving in the upper back area. So we've got a lot of mobility in this part of our spine, but many of us don't move very well through it. So grab yourself a wall or something that you can stack yourself up against, and then just getting those points of contact from the back of the head, the shoulder blades, and the sacrum or the base of the pelvis. From here, we're going to peel ourselves away from the wall surface, so nodding the chin forward, rolling away, and do this really mindfully. Don't just fall forward and forget how to move your spine. As you go down, your hips will go up, and then as you come up, your hips will start sliding down behind you, imprinting through your back, and then resting the rest of the body onto the wall. And we'll repeat that again as you nod your head forward. Feel the shoulders rolling forward, the lower back imprints before it peels off. Now, if you need to bend your knees a little in order to get down and even into a deeper stretch, go ahead and let that soften, and then coming all the way back up again into your standing position, lying your spine on the wall, almost like you were wallpaper peeling off of the wall. So again, the head is the first part of the movement, then the shoulders, the upper back, the mid back, into the lower back, and then the sacrum and the hips sliding up the wall. And then rolling yourself back into your position again, standing nice and tall. Make sure you still have those good contact points on the wall. And from here, we're just going to wrap our shoulders around. So I want you to see if you can try to get the shoulders around to touch the wall and then letting them come forward. And again, peeling the shoulders back, almost like you're making your collarbones go into a nice big stretch from one side to the other, so they were going to meet at the back of your body. So as we're doing this, you'll notice there's a little bit of an opening through the front of the rib cage, and just feeling a little more expansive into that upper body. And then resting from here. Again, we use the wall and the contact surfaces. You're going to start to slide yourself towards the left. So letting the left arm drape down towards the ground. You might not go as far as you think, and then bringing yourself back upright. And then doing that to the other side as you slide down the wall, lengthening an arm towards the floor and coming up. So as you go to the left side, you're dropped and draped through the left, and the right side is naturally sliding up. Try not to do this with any force in your movement. And as you go to the right side, the left shoulder is going to start to feel like it's coming up. And that's all simply because of how gravity is working with your body. We'll do one more time each side, just going into the gentle side bend, making those contact points stay on the wall, which is probably giving you the best feedback possible. We could do this away from the wall, of course, but you won't get that same feeling inside. From here, we're going to take your right hand behind the back of your head, elbow reaching in front of the wall, not touching. We're going to go over to the left side again, and you're going to hold that position. From here, we're going to peel the left elbow forward, peel the right shoulder off of the wall, looking down to the left hand, and then reposition everything back into the side shape. And again, elbow peels off, shoulder peels off, rib cage does a little spiral and a twist, and then placing it all back on the wall again. We'll do that one more time on the side as we go into the curve over the rotational movement, and then bringing it all the way back up, releasing the right hand to go over to the right side. Take the left hand behind the back of the head, elbow again just in front of you. And then let the elbow lead, the shoulder peels off, the rib cage wraps around, and you are looking down to your hand, and then repositioning everything back, except of course the elbow. And then again, elbow comes forward, shoulder rolls off, and looking down toward the floor, and then coming back upright again. We'll go one more time as we take ourselves into this diagonal stretch, and then bringing ourselves all the way up, releasing your hand and returning to an upright position. From here, we're just going to leave the wall surface, and I'm going to come down onto my knees. You can do this on your feet if you want to, but for today, I'd like to be on my knees. So we're going to start with our arms stretched out nice and long. And then from there, I'm going to bend my elbows to come towards the wall, making sure my nose doesn't collapse on, and then pressing my arms away. And again, lowering the elbows to touch towards the wall surface, bringing my whole body forward and taking my whole body back. So if I had a visual target in front of me, I'm coming close towards the target, and then I'm moving away from the target. And I'll just do that 2 more times as I bring the body forward and then take the body away. And then last one, in case you didn't know this is a push-up. Best push-ups you'll ever do. And then pressing out and away. From here, I'm going to sit my bottom down, keep my hands fixed to the wall, and I'm going to get a really good stretch through the underarms, and now feeling a gravity-assisted extension of my upper back. And then I'm going to bring myself all the way back up into a stand. So I'm doing a sit to stand motion as my hips are going back away from me. My arms are lengthening. I'm not letting my head drop down towards the floor. I'm keeping my ears in between my arms, but I'm feeling my ribs getting a little bit of a push towards the wall surface, and then standing all the way back up. So there are multiple benefits to this movement. I'm doing a sit to stand motion through my hip joints. My shoulders are getting really good stretch, but the best part for me is this thing happening in my upper back and standing to the top. All right, last time as I go back into the stretch. And then from here, I'm going to take my right hand, I'm going to reach down towards the floor on a diagonal looking underneath my arm. And then from there, I'll bring the other arm back on. Take the left arm off and switch and turn to look underneath the arm, and then bringing my hand back to the wall. I'm going to do that 2 more times to each side as the right hand crosses over, going into a gentle spiral and twist. So when you're doing this and you're low down towards your legs like I am now, what I'm eliminating is twisting through my hips. So by being on my knees, that's what I did. You can do this, of course, standing up, but you're not going to get your hand to the floor. And then coming through last time as I take the left over towards the right, and then traveling back, both hands against the wall, and bringing my body all the way up, nice and tall. I'm going to turn around, still on my knees, and I'm going to finish with a stretch of my hip flexors, so bringing my foot up against the wall. Now, I always suggest having a knee pad underneath you because this is a pretty intense stretch, and then bringing the other foot forward. Some of you will have to stay low as you press your hips forward. Others of you might be able to get yourself upright. So all depends on what's happening through this leg. If it is not working for you, move further forward. So just making a nice stretch into a lunge shape, and then bringing your body weight back towards your foot. And again, leaning into the lunge and coming out of the lunge. We'll do 1 more together as we go forward and traveling backward. And then you're going to slide your leg out of that position, and we'll go to the other side. So knee up against the wall surface, and then other foot out in front. So be gentle with yourself. It's not always as easy as you think it is. And for some of you, maybe it'll be really easy. So just watch that the lower back is not what's being forced into an extension or an arch. You just want to make sure that you're feeling the stretch coming down the front aspect of your leg, and then back towards your heel. 1 more time as we go towards the front, getting that great stretch, and then bringing it all the way back and sliding yourself out of that. All right, returning back up into a standing position, lacing your hands, placing them behind the back of your head. You're going to pull your elbows in and curl the top of the head forward. Bend your knees as you do that, and then open the elbows up, straightening into the legs and opening into the chest. And again, curl the head and shoulders forward, rounding down, and then open elbows and shine the chest up. 1 more time as we take it forward, feeling lengthening through the back of the spinal muscles, and then lengthening through the front of the abdominal muscles. We're going to take it into a full circle. So we're going to go down towards the left, go into a little knee bend through the front, circle to the right, and standing up to the top. And again, bend, circle, and lift. And 1 more time, creating this nice easy flow of movement through the joints of your upper back. Go the other way, right side down into the center, to the left, over the back of the left. back of the spine, and then down we go 2 more times, circle around. So remember, when we do the circles, you want to really feel it from your upper back area rather than from your knees or your hips or your neck, and then releasing out of that. Take your shoulders for a nice big circle around. Maybe 3 again is a good number for today. And then we'll go in the opposite direction, just getting nice and loose and free in this whole upper back space. And I'm going to leave you with that today. I hope you enjoyed it and you feel as good as I do right now in my spine.